This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Rachel Fife.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Are you looking to join a Chamber of Commerce? Well, that resource could be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Shani Moslehi, with the Orange County Iranian American Chamber of Commerce, better known as OCIACC. Did I pronounce that right?
OCIACC.
OCIACC, great.
Yes.
Well, hi Shani, how is it going?
We're doing very well. Thank you very much. And thank you for hosting us today.
Well, I'm excited to have you on the show and let our listeners learn about your business. So tell us about your company here.
Sure. Before we start, I just want you to know that I'm going live on Instagram so our followers can hear you.
Wonderful.
Unfortunately, they can't see you, but I'm talking to Rachel with the Good Neighbor podcast, and you can follow her online. So glad to be here. Thank you.
Yeah.
The Orange County Iranian American Chamber of Commerce, or OCIACC, is part of the 7,000 chambers of commerce in the United States. So we do exactly what the other chambers do. We do networking events. We have workshops and seminars geared towards businesses so they can improve the quality of work they're doing. But what makes us different is that we also do cultural and community events as Iranian Americans. Our biggest celebration is in March, and we host the Nowruz Festival at the Renaissance in Newport Beach. And that usually brings 3,000 to 4,000 people to our event. And majority of the businesses that join us are not just joining us because we are a chamber, but because we also do this, extra events that bring people together. This last August, we hosted the International Summer Mixer that brought in all these different cultural chambers and local chambers together. Each chamber was responsible to bring a restaurant. So we had a ton of food tasting going on. And it is one of our very popular, very successful events. So no, you don't have to be Iranian to join us. You just have to be a good networker or willing to learn how to network. And that's what we do.
Wonderful. How did you get into this business?
It was very interesting. I was always a very active volunteer. I volunteered at different chambers of commerce as a business owner, and I also volunteered at my children's high school, and my son was graduating. It was the last year of the era of being a PTA, PTSA foundation, and it was, people are usually suffering from being an empty nester, and I was like, well, what am I going to do with all this extra time now? But I was also volunteering with a grassroots group of Iranian women, helping other Iranian women in domestic violence situations. Shelters were housing these women who had been rescued, and then placing them into low-income housing. But these women had nothing. They had escaped the situation and had no furniture, nothing. So what we would do as a group is find furniture, kitchen stuff, whatever they needed, and provide it to them. One particular situation stood out because this woman, when I talked to her, she just had half a sectional sofa and a large TV with 2 sick boys at home. So I knew that she needed so much. So instead of just, using my regular resources, I started emailing everybody asking for donations. And the result was, of course, very positive, and we were able to help this woman for weeks. My 17-year-old and I rented a U-Haul and went door to door, picked up everything, delivered everything to her. And some people continued making donations even after we did the delivery. So back in the school, when I was, having a board meeting, one of the moms who was impressed said, you know what, you should start your own nonprofit. And it's like, boom, a light, she just lit the fire in me. And I'm like, okay, that's doable. I can do that. And then fast forward, I meet this other young Iranian woman who was sent to me from SBDC to start a business, or she had started a business. She just wanted someone to mentor her. So in talking to her, she was so angry at us as a community. She said, as a community, you have no resources for new immigrants. I would love to sit down with another immigrant who's gone through what I'm going through and just use their wisdom. And that's when my Chamber of Commerce idea came along, because I remembered being a lonely business owner. I remembered not having enough support. And I remember when I joined my local Chamber of Commerce, how much I felt at home, how wonderful it felt. You know, there were connections, partnerships, mentorships, everything was available. All I needed to do was to show up every month to these monthly mixers and get to know people. And then gradually I would like become the ambassador for the chamber and even do more for myself and for the businesses. So the Chamber of Commerce seemed to be a perfect nonprofit for us to do. And we are actually a 501c3, because not only do we function as a chamber, but we also do all these cultural and educational events. So we're
Wonderful.
very busy.
Yes, yes. You know, what are some maybe myths or misconceptions in your industry, do you think?
Unfortunately, people think that we are a marketing institute, and by making a member, because we are a membership organization, so they think by paying their membership dues, it's just like paying a membership dues and going to the gym and expecting to lose weight. They are not going to gain customers or increase their client base by just paying into a membership. They have to show up. We are encouraging networking. We're teaching them how to come up with a 30-second pitch. We're telling them how to do networking, how to do the follow-up, how to express the value of their business. And without coming to our events, they're not going to be able to gain that. And that's the misconception. They think, you know, I'm a member. Why aren't you sending me customers? I mean, we do, because people call and ask to be referred to a dentist or a banker, and we always refer them back to our membership directory. But that's not what we do. We're here as a professional networking organization.
Okay. Gosh, well, we know marketing is the heart of every business. So how are you targeting your customers, or how do you attract new members?
You know, our events attract people by itself. So now that we've been around for 10 years and we have gained the trust of the community, they just come, fortunately. But we do have a team of 6 or 7 of us, and our board members and our advisory board members. And so we always talk about events that are coming up. We do a lot of live videos on our social media to make sure people are informed about upcoming events. We have an e-newsletter that we have consistently sent out every 2 weeks. And have a great base for it. So we do our work. We do very aggressive marketing to make sure people hear about us.
Wonderful.
We're here today.
I know, right? Now, have you ever thought about doing your own podcast?
We do have a podcast. It's called Coffee with OCIACC. It's 20 minutes long, and it's not easy to upload into all the social media sites, but it is available on YouTube. So we've done a couple episodes so far.
Wonderful. Well, outside of work, what do you like to do for fun?
Oh my goodness. So I rescued 2 dogs. My family has always owned 2 dogs. And in 2020, during the pandemic, we rescued a Rottweiler mix. She was a beautiful, calm, gentle dog. And this year, my children, who are grown and not here, decided mommy needs another dog. So we ended up rescuing another puppy, a super mutt, as they call her. And she's a handful, playful. She's 9 months old. So I'm busy with the dogs. They want my attention 24/7. So we're very busy. Our fun thing that we've just discovered is use the portable pool outside. And that keeps them busy. They're exhausted and take a nap, just like having babies.
Yes, it is. It is. Shani, please tell our listeners one thing they should remember about OCIACC.
So we were founded based on the need that our community brought to us. We were founded because the Iranian community said, look, we need a place to gather. We need a place that we can call for help. So that's what they need to remember, that we are here because of the need that was available and out there. And we are here to help small businesses. So, we've faithfully done what we have promised to do. We've brought the community together. We've hosted events that, like I said, our original Nowruz festival was free. We wouldn't charge any entry, and we would have 8,000 people show up. So gradually we said, okay, that's way too many people to manage, even though the sheriff would call me and say, this was a successful event. We've had not one incident reported. So that was a testimonial that our community really wanted us to be doing this, and they were really behind us. So we were very lucky that we were able to establish that trust. We were the return of value for becoming a member of OCIACC is already out there. People already talk about it and they appreciate us. So that's one thing that your listeners should know, that we really deliver what we promise.
Wonderful. How can our listeners learn more about OCIACC?
So we have a nice website at www.ociacc.com. They can learn about membership, sponsorship, and all of our programs. I encourage them to also subscribe to our e-newsletter that goes out every 2 weeks. And that way they get updated information about the events that are coming up. And we're usually, uploading 2 or 3 events at a time, so they can see if this is not the month that they can participate, they can definitely save the date for next month. So no excuses. We're also on every social media platform with the handle at OCIACC. So we're here and, appreciate really this opportunity to speak to your audience in Orange County.
Love it. Well, Shani, I really appreciate you being on the show, and we wish you and your business really the best moving forward.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
Thanks.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured